Hello, Meg here from I Teach Stamping, and welcome to today's video tutorial. Today we're going to be making a Just Because card, so let's jump right in. I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is going to be 1 inch by 3 1/4 inches, and I want this stamped more to the left hand side. I'm going to use my Stamp-A-Majig, and our sentiment comes from the stamp set A Dozen Thoughts, and the ink we're using is Pool Party. So get that stamped, close this up because believe it or not, we are done stamping, and now we're going to do a ton of layering. So we're making a little bit more complex card with lots of layers, so don't worry, I'll kind of go at it slow and explain as I go. So I'm going to start with a piece of Pool Party. This is going to be 5 1/2 by 7 3/4, and I scored it at 4 1/4. So just like you would with a normal card. Now, this is going to become our front, and this is the inside. So let's build our inside first, because that's going to be quickest, so we can get rid of a lot of layers. So the first piece I'm going to put down is a piece of Saffron that'll be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Get that nice and in the center. Then I've got a piece of Whisper White that'll be 4 inches by 5 1/4. On top of that is going to go a piece of the I Am Me Designer Series paper, so that just means pattern paper, and this is going to be 3/4 of an inch by 5 1/4 inches. And we're going to put that flush to the edge of that Whisper White. Alright, so now we're going to work on the front of our card. So we're going to start with a piece of Saffron that'll be 5 3/8 by 3 3/8. We'll layer that, and then I've got another piece of the I Am Me that's going to be 5 1/4 by 3 1/4. Had to stop and think about that one for a second there. Let's get it nice and in the center. Okay, I'll try it again to get it nice and in the center. Okay, we'll go for 3rd time's a charm, right? For nice and in the center. Okay, so we've got that, and now we're going to work on building out our sentiment layer. So I've got this right here, and I want to go ahead and make it into a chevron. So I'm going to show you 2 different ways to do it. The first way is, and I'm going to do this very shallow, you can find the middle and cut in as far as you want it to go, and then go from the corner to where you cut, or the corner to where you cut. Another way you can do it with this particular size measurement is with the hexagon punch from Stampin' Up. Just going to slide that in, make sure I've got a straight line, and punch. So that way's a little bit easier, but if you don't have the punch, you now know both ways. Alright, so then I've got a strip of Saffron, and it started at 1 inch by right at 4 inches, and I used from the Finishing Touches edgelets, the little rickrack one. So I just really split that right in half. Just going to line this top part like that, and then we'll trim this with our scissors in a minute. We'll do this one like so. Just give that a good old trim. I think I need to do a little touch up right here. And you can go back in with your punch if you're confident you can line it back up, but this way it's just a little bit easier for me. And then trim that off. Ta-da! Alright, then we're going to layer this onto a piece of real red cardstock that's going to be 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. So that Saffron is really just going to pop right off of there. Okay, so the only problem with doing this one this way is you have to start it here and then back it out and hope that you're doing a great job. For me, it's easier to just mimic that line. Just follow along with my scissors. Alright, so then we've got this to put on our card, so we only need a couple more touches before this card is done. So I grab my snail adhesive. Just make sure you don't put adhesive all the way to the end of your little pennant because it's going to overhang on purpose. There we go. And then I use the 10-second bow maker along with the stitched Real Red Grosgrain ribbon to tie a cute little bow We just need our mini glue dots. I cleaned, and that's always a problem because that means I put my essentials away. Then I forget to get them back out. Alright, so just kiss that on there. Kiss that on there, and then let's add some rhinestones to this and make it really cute. So one of the trends is making them trickle up. We're going to start with the really big rhinestones and then the regular package of rhinestones. And reach into my drawer and get out another tool that I put away that I know I shouldn't have, my paper piercer. So I'm going to use this size and this size. Let's see here, I'm going to go from this size to this size, and then I'm going to go with that jumbo one. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, hang on. So I didn't push them down all the way, which is a good thing. I thought that really big one would be perfect, but no, it wasn't. So paper crafting is all about trying things. There we go. So then I'm actually going to take another little guy here. And then another one. Right, like so. So we have our super cute Just Because card. So there were a lot of layers, but it does go together really easily. Now, be sure to check back tomorrow to my blog and see the next step in this video. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can always find my blog at www.iteachstamping.com and just look for this blog post. So I hope you enjoyed this card. If you enjoyed learning how to make this, be sure to like the video below and also be sure to share it with your friends. Head on over to iteachstamping.com to learn more about rubber stamping for card making and scrapbooking. Again, I'm Meg from I Teach Stamping, and have a great day.